get your city brain in one of their hospitals at about a quarter of the price that we pay for CT scan or MRI here. Actually, even for your heart surgeon, consultation or heart surgery procedure, people travel from United States of America. Imagine United States of America to go for heart operation in India. Now, it sounds funny. How come I'm in the United States? Because the cost of healthcare in that country is so much higher that if you put your travel cost, hotel accommodation, doctor's consulting fee, procedure and hospital, it still doesn't come even half of what you pay when you are in mainland in America. And we see it here as well in Africa. Obviously, it's a bigger market, as you can say. But I think it's also a market where people focus on delivery and impact and not inflating the margins. That's one thing I noticed there. When it comes to manufacturing, whether it's now clothing, and I actually admire their dressing. I bought myself a kurta. It's stuff they are making themselves. And I was reading or listening to one of their most public speaker, I forgot his name, well known, I think Professor of Public speeches. And I think a lot of us also don't know that India was colonized by Great Britain. I don't want to politicize this really, but that's the reality. So much that their GDP impact nationally was reduced to something close to 27%, and the rest is benefiting the island of the English people. But they tell it, and I think there's something I need to know, which I think holds India to what it is. And that is identity, culture, and self-belief. Even religion, they have their own. So I don't want to go that route now, but I have a word or two on us from the business in Namibia and indeed Southern Africa, because I hardly speak of Namibia without referring to Sub-Saharan Africa, basically, or SADC for that matter. I think there's a lot we can learn from it. And we can start as a regional bloc here, because we can possibly just not manufacture and do things for little Namibia with less than 3 million. But there's a lot of opportunity out there. It's a matter of partnering up. It's a matter of learning from them. They do things very simple way. And one thing I pick up is that they don't stress so easy. Because in Delhi or Mumbai, if you stress, you may not leave actually. There are just so many traffic, so many frustrations. You have to learn to be patient and navigate your way through difficulties. This is one cultural aspect I have learned from that great country. They are a rich history. I went to the Mahatma Gandhi's, the Gandhi Shrine. You can see how strong the history is. And I think it also plays a role when you have that confidence and pride in yourself and your history and believing in yourself. But I think they also hold themselves together, from leadership to community, where sometimes here we like scoring here, not only politically, but even in business. You want to set up your own Mr. Haufiku empire there, instead of bringing all the weakling together, build up something that all of you are waiting on them. It's not often, I'm not there from a business or economic perspective, but it's not often easy to build solitary empires. You need to be in a group, and you don't have to be in love with the partner, but you can both be in love with the business that you are involved in. So I strongly encourage us to continue on this pathway of partnership. The two governments are already working together, as it had been said before independence. The gentleman who was driving me to Delhi told me India. So India recognized Namibia and supported Namibia long before independence. And that royalty state, we just have to translate it and flip it in win-win business relations between the two countries. And we can make it. And I want to end with one word. Let's start with agriculture. I caused some controversy recently here. Apparently, I'm setting SWAPO party political thing. I was just expressing an opinion. In agriculture, we can do so much. We can actually export beef, so much beef to that market as well. We have a lot of beef here. But we can learn how to make our grain to feed ourselves as a country. This little 2.something million people. But teaching our children as well to be able to feed themselves in the future. Who knows in the future what will be happening 100 years from now? If you're still having people dependent on neighboring country to feed itself, and they walk the street very proudly. So we need to look at those aspects, and I would like to challenge the business people. I'm also in that space, but I focus more now on health. We are already discussing with colleagues in Hyderabad to try and see how best we can bring healthcare, quality healthcare, especially in the periphery. I believe in development from the periphery, not central. So if the man in Samaturu doesn't have access to healthcare, and I hope you know where Samaturu is, then it's no point standing here with a straight neck and saying Namibia is doing well. Only partial. So that's my message. I may be a little bit deviant. It's my nature because I haven't got a written speech as a politician. But I would like you to encourage. I would like to encourage this relationship to grow for the benefit of the two countries. Thank you.